Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters, welcome back to my channel. If you're into rare coins, hidden treasures, or even just a little bit of history, then you're in for a treat today. What if I told you that the humble 1998 Lincoln penny, one of the most common coins you could find in your pocket, might be worth way more than you think? Yep, you heard me right. This little coin, often overlooked, could be hiding a secret that's worth a lot of money. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive deep into the history, value, and secret worth of the 1998 Lincoln penny. By the end of this video, you might just go through all your loose change and start seeing potential fortunes in those pennies. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, before we get into the juicy details of the 1998 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Lincoln cent has been a staple in U.S. currency for over 100 years. It all started in 1909 when President Abraham Lincoln was honored with the first ever portrait of a real person on a U.S. coin. Designed by artist Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was created to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The coin itself has undergone several design changes throughout the years, but the one constant has been Lincoln's face on the obverse side. Over time, these pennies have come to symbolize much more than just currency. They represent history, heritage, and even the idea of wealth and luck. Now, the 1998 Lincoln penny may seem pretty standard to most people, but it holds some interesting significance in the world of coin collecting. This is where things start to get really exciting now. Let's talk about the specific coin we're here to learn about, the 1998 Lincoln penny. First things first, the D mint mark. What does it mean? Well, it indicates that this penny was minted in Denver, Colorado. That's right, the D mint mark is the key to identifying coins produced at the Denver Mint, which is one of the two primary minting facilities in the U.S. for the production of coins. The other one is the Philadelphia Mint. When you think about the number of pennies produced each year, it's easy to see why the 1998 Lincoln penny might not seem too special at first glance. The U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies annually, with the 1998 series being no exception. However, the story doesn't end there. You see, the value of a coin doesn't always lie in how many were made. It's about the rarity, the condition, and sometimes even the year and mint mark. So, what makes the 1998 penny worth talking about? Let's explore that a bit more. Here's the secret. The value of any coin, including the 1998 Lincoln penny, is largely determined by its condition. If you come across a coin in your change that looks worn out or has scratches, it's probably not going to be worth much more than 1 cent. But if you find a penny that's in mint or near mint condition, it could be worth more than face value. The 1998 Lincoln penny in pristine condition, without any major wear, is generally worth between 5 and 10 cents. Not a huge increase in value, right? But here's where things get more interesting. Some collectors are specifically after pennies that are in exceptional condition, and if a coin is graded as proof-like or uncirculated, it could fetch a higher price. In some cases, collectors are willing to pay a premium for certain coins that have been preserved or stored well. If you happen to have a 1998 penny that's in perfect, untouched condition, it could be worth more than you think. But hold on, there's more to the story. It's not just the condition of the 1998 penny that could make it valuable. There are certain variations of this coin that could make it worth a lot of money. Here are some of the key factors to look out for. 1. Off-center strikes. This happens when the coin is struck in such a way that it's off-center, leaving part of the design missing. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and coin collectors love them. A 1998 D Lincoln penny with an off-center strike could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on how far off-center the design is. Double die versus DDO. Another rare and valuable variation is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin has an issue, causing a doubling of the design on the coin. A 1998 D penny with a noticeable double die on the date, or the lettering, could be worth a lot more than you'd expect. Some double die pennies from earlier years have sold for hundreds of dollars at auctions, and if you have one of these 1998 D examples, you could have a hidden treasure. Die cracks and other minting errors, even smaller issues, like die cracks or other imperfections from the minting process, can make a coin more valuable. Collectors look for these imperfections as they add to the coin's uniqueness. So, how do you find out if your 1998 D penny is one of these rare varieties? Well, you need to examine it closely. Look for signs of minting errors, such as unusual strikes, doubling, or cracks in the design. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help you spot these details. Now that you know what to look for, you're probably wondering, how do I figure out the value of my 1998 D penny? Great question. There are a few ways to check the current value. Online price guides websites like the Red Book, PCGS, and NGC provide up-to-date pricing information for all types of U.S. coins, including the 1998 D penny. These guides take into account factors like condition, rarity, and market demand. Coin auctions and marketplaces. If you think you've found a rare and valuable penny, you can check recent auctions or online marketplaces like eBay to see if similar coins have been sold. This can give you an idea of how much collectors are willing to pay for certain varieties. Professional grading services. If you think your 1998 D penny is in exceptional condition or has a rare variety, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will assess the coin and assign it a grade, which can significantly affect its value. Coins with high grades are often worth much more than those in lower grades. So, what's the bottom line? While most 1998 D Lincoln pennies are worth only their face value of 1 cent, there are definitely some rare exceptions. If you find one of these pennies in excellent condition, or if it has a minting error or other special feature, it could be worth significantly more. You could be sitting on a hidden treasure without even knowing it. Remember, coin collecting is all about the thrill of the hunt. You don't need to spend a fortune to get started, you just need to pay attention to the details, and with a little luck, you could find yourself holding a coin that's worth a lot more than a single cent. So, the next time you reach into your pocket for some change, take a closer look at those pennies. The 1998 D Lincoln penny could be worth much more than you think. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more awesome coin content. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment down below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting. And there you have it, a complete, deep dive into the 1998 D Lincoln penny and why it could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent.